I'm going to show you here an image, if I can find it. This is yellow Tara. This is yellow Tara. She often will appear with this kind of yellow golden color. Now, there are also, I believe, I'm trying to remember the correct number, 13 versions of yellow Tara with different qualities. Maybe it's 12. If any of you know for sure, maybe you can remind me. But um, this form of yellow Tara that we see, sometimes she's holding jewels and she has, I don't know if you can see this, but she has these jeweled necklaces around. Tara is often seen actually with this flower. This is a blue lotus flower, which is also associated with abundance, as well as other kind of earthly symbols and signs. So some of the features of yellow Tara here is profound generosity that is utterly selfless, sees us deeply as a loving mother, sees us when we're children, sees our suffering, and is able to take it in, and maybe comes with some wisdom, but also knows that we need our own experience to learn how to walk this path towards wisdom. She also embodies an interesting word that we can find is the term grace, which is something we find, of course, in Christianity, perhaps other traditions. But this quality of grace, of sort of this very subtle spiritual realm that is imbued with deep love, deep kindness, deep friendliness, um, this sort of gentle presence that nourishes us when we are struggling, when we're having a challenging time. Um, Auspiciousness. So if we look up, if we go onto ChatGPT or onto Wikipedia, if we still use that, we may see yellow Tara. In some uh, sources, she is basically the goddess of prosperity and wealth. Yeah, and that comes from the earlier Hindu tradition where Lakshmi, the sort of the goddess Lakshmi, is that source of abundance. And she too is yellow. Yellow is very common in the South Asian iconography to reflect abundance as well as fertility and and well-being and prosperity. In Buddhism, however, we're really looking not so much um, at objects or wealth in the way that we might think of it, but more so about an abundance of internal qualities. She, after all, Yellow Tara is what we can call the feminine power of abundance through love, in the same way that we share with our loved ones, whether we're mother, father, or uncle, or aunt, or brother, sister, whatever, or just dear friend, just the spontaneous responding to the needs of another person. Um, and so, in that sense, she is there to help us cultivate a sense of inner richness, internal richness of qualities. Longchenpa, the great Longchenpa that I often talk about, also mentions yellow Tara and invites us to practice with her by imagining that we are being pervaded by a rain of abundant resources, a rain of abundant blessings and vitality, being enriched through an abundance of love and well-being, and letting that these qualities pervade our body so that we can be reminded that we already have these at the heart of who we are, no matter what kinds of challenges or scarcity we may be feeling, some of those things can be really powerful. And so I think turning this narrative, for some of us anyway, from insufficiency, scarcity, fear of losing things, fear of not being taken care of, really, she is representing that energy, that power of having what we need and also having an abundance of opportunities and of good, auspicious circumstances. So, this is also what she represents: auspicious circumstances, so that cause and effect is truly rooted in wholesomeness. And in this way, Yellow Tara reveals what are called the hidden treasures of this life, the hidden treasures of our own experiences. Just like I mentioned a moment ago, the mother holding the space for a crying child without agenda other than just love and the aspiration for this child to be out of suffering, out of harm's way, and really be able to flourish. She is waiting for us patiently to reveal the hidden treasures of this life so that wisdom can flourish, skillful means can arise. Thus, the enriching activity that yellow Tara represents. Tara is often, in fact, in all of the 21 forms, very responsive and very active. So whether it's green Tara, the protector, the one who is merciful and pulls you in when you're suffering and gives you that safety and that nurturing, or white Tara, the one who is, I like to think of her as the being of resilience, or the Buddha, the Bodhisattva of resilience, because she's there to strengthen the mind and the merit, have a strong mind, and be healthy, enjoy longevity, and also good merit. Here, and both of those, the green and the white Taras, are very active and very responsive. And for the same token, yellow Tara is as well. And here, when we think of yellow Tara as enriching activity, it's that she responds insofar as she's also supporting us in removing obstacles, by removing obstacles, that she is providing us with what we need for the path to turn obstacles and challenges in life into wisdom, into insight. So this is basically the energy, if you will. There are many dimensions to her energy and what she brings us, but that is also a really important part of being on the path, so that we're able to see our own progress and move beyond obstacles. So the name Tara does have a meaning. Tara, in general, is translated as savior, or in this case, the savioress in the female form. And here we can think of her as being that aspect of delivering, or the deliverer, that brings us from suffering and its causes into safety, into well-being, and into an abundance of auspicious circumstances. So you can see here, if you hear people say, "Oh, yellow Tara, she's the Tara that you pray to get stuff," yeah, well, that's partly true. You're getting really good stuff, but the best stuff you're getting are those inner treasures, these hidden treasures that spring from being close to Dharma, yeah, being on the path. I'll only say a couple more things here, but the gold, the color gold, is also seen to reflect the mind. Of course, gold is precious. We just had these beautiful images Shantideva gives us about things that are material forms brought from the purity of the earth element and shining through the lens of Dharma, and that yellow Tara makes available to us, um, especially in chanting or doing a sadhana with her. Um, but that this notion of gold being malleable or the mind being workable are very similar. And part of it is that we are able, through our cultivation, to take sort of the rough jewel of mind and refine it into very, very subtle, shining gold, basically like taking ore and refining it into a delicately polished gold. And so this is often relative to how we often will see awareness and consciousness being refined into open, pure awareness. So I think the heart of the matter here is the life-giving properties, that abundance in this tradition is really about that which enriches life, and our actions are wholesome to also enrich the lives of others. Ultimately, when we embody all these qualities of yellow Tara, we show up. And it doesn't just mean, here, let me donate money to your cause right and left, but it's that richness of possibility of helping others to remove obstacles, or perhaps bringing them inspiration through vitality, um, basically helping them discover too the hidden treasures of their own lives that may lead them to insight and into wisdom.